Waves to you. Good to see you. We're going to finish up the week. We're going to finish up the week, and I love them. I love the word coming to us from Trudy. It is determined. Determined. So I'm going to do my part this morning. I'm going to try to be quick. But I hope this word determined really gets to you like it got to me this morning. So I want to take you back in time, okay? I want to take you back in time, 1983. Think about where you were, Coach Niblett, 1983. Bill Sailing, Vince Green, where was you in 83, right? I want to show you these pictures. I want to show you a progression. Her name in 1983 was Mary Decker. Mary Decker. Mary Decker was proud representing the United States. She's running around. I want to show you this next progression of that day. Raise your hand if you remember that. Maybe you were watching. Bill Sailing was watching. She hit the track. Take a look at this next picture. She's hurting. Pain. And the last picture is her being kind of walked off. Now, I want to leave it on that picture. And I really thought about that this morning as we look at this picture right here for just a second. The word determined. Because when you look at that progression from her starting the race all pretty and dolled up to hitting the canvas, crying, being escorted off. Defeat, hurt, crying, mad. Things didn't go her way. But let me tell you about Mary Decker. Thanks, Andrea. Mary Decker now is known as Mary Slaney. During her career, this lady won gold medals in the 1,500 meters and the 3,000 meters at the 1983 World Championship and was the world record holder in the mile, 5,000 meter, and 10,000 meters. She set 17 official world records, including the first woman in history to break 4:20 for the mile. In 2003, she was inducted into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame. I share that with you this morning because somebody on here, man, is getting beat up at your job, at your profession, at your relationship. You're getting beat up somewhere. Your knees are skin up and you're crying. And I think about Mary Decker and I go, man, how many times is that me? I just want to quit. But then there's something in us that's called being determined, having a firm decision and being resolved not to change. I'm just no retreat, just like Mary Decker. What an attitude. I mean, a determined mind and a strong will bear endless possibilities. And then I looked at three things, and I could have went into more, but I focused on three for me today, and I hope that you focus on it too. And it's, how can I really focus on being determined and whatever it is I'm wanting to thrive at? For her, it was track and field. What is it for you? Because I promise you, just like me, we're going to get our knees, skin up. We're going to cry. Things are not going to go our way. And we're going to have a choice, just like Mary Decker did. We can retreat, quit, go do something else. Or we can buckle down, use the talents God gave us, and go fight for what we want. That's what determined people do. And here's 3 things they do. Number 1, and when she was interviewed, this really came out in some of her interviews. She said, I'm not going to let my past inform, I'm going to let my past inform my future. She said, my past is valuable, but my past, I can learn from mistakes and challenges I have and move on. Like, that's what I want to do. Number 2, I want to see my future in my life in full control. I've got full control of my future in my life. She said, I'm going to pray as if God will take care of me always. That's the way I feel. But I'm going to act as if it's all up to me. And then the last thing, I'm going to learn to ignore the things I don't have control of. This was huge for me because one of the things she said was, I can't, listen, mental strength is just as important as muscle strength. And she said, I can't allow my mind to get distracted. That day when I was running, it was embarrassing. I did it in front of a huge crowd. Like, I was mortified that this happened. There was articles, there was all kinds of things. I couldn't allow my mental game to get in the way of what my goals were. And I thought, when I saw this, Coach Myra, I said, so many times I waste my mental strength on stuff that I have zero control of. The media, the garbage that's out there, I do it every week. I let myself mentally go down a path that weakens me. And so, Trudy, today, this word determined, you really made me stronger by looking at this word. I really appreciate it. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Wow, that was powerful, Coach Palmer. So it's hard to follow that one today. So thank you for sharing. And yes, Trudy, thank you so much for this word. You know, when I was working on this early this morning, what does determined mean to you specifically? You know, all of us probably have our own definition. Well, to me, this is what it means. If I'm determined to do something, I'm going to do it, no matter what. If I'm determined, there's a very slim possibility that I'm going to allow anybody to talk me out of it. Now, there are times that I need to be more determined than I am at times. Does that make sense? So to me, when I am on that bandwagon of determination, and if you've known me anytime, especially ones that have known me for a while, I'm going to do it. You're the same way. I know. Being determined is also going to come with a sack full of challenges. You know, outside noise, like Coach is talking about. You know, we talk about media and things we can't control, but you know what? Most of the outside noise that frustrates me the most, this is Myra talking. It comes from our friends. It comes from family. It comes from acquaintances that, you know, some are even within our tight circle. But we have to block that out. Have you ever noticed there are lots and lots of people that want to give you their opinion on the task that you undertake? Especially, it seems to me like the ones that I am super, super determined to conquer. That's when I get all this outside noise. It's just crazy how it works out that way. Most of the time, they will spend the majority of their time trying to tell me, well, you probably shouldn't do it because, you know, they just don't have the same belief that I do. But do you think that that is because maybe they kind of wish they were doing it? So instead they're not. So what are they doing? But I'm determined. You don't let anyone sway you negatively when you're determined to do something for yourself or others. Anyone. When we're determined to do something, we have to stand on our own beliefs, because honestly, we're the only one that can actually see that. So if I've got this huge vision of what I want, I have to be determined. And I can't let that outside noise affect me, because they don't see what I see. They don't see what you see. You know, our mind has to stay focused and positive all the time, but especially when we are determined to accomplish that vision that we have for the future. You got to do that. You have to have tunnel vision. But when you are determined to get to that tunnel vision, you got to stay there. The second that we decide that we're going to do something, and you know in your heart you're going to accomplish it, all the negatives that have been building up in your mind and bothering you in your mind, you know what? When you keep that determination and you stay determined, guess what? All those things that have been negative in your mind, they're going to give up. They're going to get the heck out. They're just going to quit fighting that. They're going to get out, because they know you're going to do it. You know, negative thoughts cannot live in a negative mind. They cannot live in a positive mind. I'm sorry. It can't. They can't survive in that. We simply have to keep moving with our courage, faith, and determination. Remember this: whatever you're determined to do, it's going to define you. And whatever defines you will limit you. So you stand tall. You keep fighting, because it's your time to shine. It's your time. When we're determined and understand what we have to do to succeed, guess what? We're going to rise up and we're going to be successful. Every single one of us were blessed by waking up today, and we've got a choice to be a determined person or a person with no vision for a better way of life. What are you going to choose? Be determined and succeed strong today. I want to end with two quotes that I read, and you probably have heard them. Don't let others discourage you from being determined to pursue your goals. And the last is, your future is being determined by you right now, depending upon the choices that you make. So this is a great word. And let's get really determined to be more determined to be a powerful impact in our everyday walk of life. And I do want to say, let me end with this. Coach Palmer and all of you other guys on here who are fathers, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Now, you know, I personally think that my father is the best father in the world. So, but I really, truly love, admire, and respect every one of you fathers on this show. And I hope that you have a great, great Father's Day. So I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you on Monday morning.
Thanks so much, Coach. Magical message this morning. That was great. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody out there this weekend. Enjoy your time. And we love you. We're grateful for you. And we'll see you back on Monday. Be blessed.
Bye, guys.
Blessings.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Great day. Love you guys. Great.